Hey guys, this is Fran. How are you doing? Be very welcome again to MetalFran in a new video in which today I would like to introduce you a new section for the channel that it will be focused on the review, analysis and ranking of one of my favorite bands ever. Today we are gonna be speaking about Avenged Sevenfold career, their albums, their progress, everything about this American band that maybe is not currently in their best moment, but we will speak later about this. I hope you like the idea because I really would like to discover more about the bands between you and I, interacting, making a nice discussion about the ups and downs of every band. Today, again, about Avenged Sevenfold. And yeah, if you like the idea, please consider to subscribe to the channel. And I hope you are ready because this is gonna start right now. Let's go. Okay guys, so let's start the review of Avenged Sevenfold Discography album by album. It's not gonna be very extensive, I just want to mention all the albums and give you a couple of insights about them, and after we will make a very quick tier list in which I already classify the albums and I will give you my overall point of view about all Avenged Sevenfold Discography. Okay, so first of all, on July 24 of 2001, they released their first record, Sounding the Seventh Trumpet. About this album, there's not too many things to say. It's just a mix of metalcore and alternative metal. And yeah, the most important thing is they got into the market. They were able to release their first album, to be able to reach some people. But if you listen nowadays the album, I don't think you can rescue any song really, any hit that you can say, hey, this is really cool, or this is the beginning of the real Avenged Sevenfold. I don't really think so. I don't think this is even a really good album. It's not really well produced, so there's nothing else to say. Just an album to start the band, to be able to again get into the market, and not too much to say. But moving on 2003, 2 years later, on August 26, they released Waking the Fallen. And yes, this is already a really nice album where you can find some songs that are an absolutely hit, songs that you are able to enjoy right now. Nowadays, they didn't get old at all, and they are pure Avenged Sevenfold, and a really nice cradle for City of Evil. Here you can find some hits like Unholy Confessions, Chapter 4, Reminiscence, and of course my favorite, Second Heartbeat. With Waking the Fallen we have already the first good album from Avenged Sevenfold. And now we can move on to 2005, where we find the album that is considered for many people the masterpiece of Avenged Sevenfold, which is, of course, City of Evil, that was released the 6th of June of 2005. This album, wow, has many hits: Beast on the Harlot, Burning Down, Bad Country, Thrasher and Scatter, of course, Seize the Day with one of the best solos, Sidewinder, Strength of the World is also very cool. So I think this album was no doubt the album that released Avenged Sevenfold to the mainstream. They reached the number 6 on the Billboard, number 1 of MTV Total Request Live, and of course they reached Guitar Hero, many mainstream places and products where they got really famous. The cover is just amazing. I think we all remember that cover with the horse, that skeleton with the sword. It's really cool, really metal, and I think everyone still likes a lot and loves City of Evil. On 2007, Avenged Sevenfold released their self-titled album with that all-white cover with the black skull of Avenged Sevenfold logo. And to be honest, and we will speak about this in a few moments, this is my favorite album from Avenged Sevenfold. I think from the beginning until the end, that 10 songs are just fabulous, are just fantastic. I wouldn't be able to remove any of them. Critical acclaim, Almost Easy, Scream, Afterlife, Gunslinger, Unbound, Brompton Cocktail, Lost, A Little Piece of Heaven, and Dear God. I really love all of them, and what can I say, guys? This is just a great album that I think no one can say that is not even a great album. I think this is a best example of Avenged Sevenfold career, sound, and metal instincts. They were pretty solid here, and they consolidate a really nice sound. In 2010, Avenged Sevenfold released their 5th studio album called Nightmare. And obviously, most of us, we know why they call Nightmare, because the album is focused and dedicated. You can feel that all the lyrics are going on the same way to remember the Rev passing away, their magnificent drummer that sadly passed away, and they released a very deep album, very heavy album, very strong album that I think everyone still loves. Here you can find some amazing songs like Nightmare, Welcome to the Family, So Far Away, Natural Born Killer, Danger Line, and my favorite song, not just from this album, but from all Avenged Sevenfold discography, Buried Alive. I think that's just a masterpiece, and everyone, a metal fan, even if you don't like Avenged Sevenfold, please make yourself a favor and listen that song, because you are gonna just enjoy since the beginning until the end, especially at the end, because the song grows and grows, and it's just an amazing hit. Also, to sadly replace the Rev, they call Mike Portnoy, Dreams Theater legendary drummer who played the drums on this song, which also gave to the album, is honest to say, a high quality standard that made Nightmare one of the best Avenged Sevenfold albums without any single doubt. On 2013, Avenged Sevenfold released Hail to the King, their first controversial album, I would say, because here they definitely changed their style and move on to a more slow pace sound, especially compared with they were releasing before. Many people compare this album with Metallica's Black Album, also criticizing them of copying the Black Album style, which I'm not gonna deny could make sense because they sound kind of similar. But anyway, I really enjoy this album. At the beginning, I must confess that I was a bit shocked because I was expecting something similar to Nightmare and the self-titled album and City of Evil, but with perspective, I understood that they wanted to move on a bit and change a bit, just a bit, not as later, just a bit their style, which is totally fair. And this is still a really cool album. In my opinion, doesn't reach the levels from the previous albums, but it's still a really good album that has Shepherd of Fire, Hail to the King, Doing Time, and This Means War, for example. I would say the ending part of the album doesn't have that huge level. Songs like Acid Rain, Planets, Heretic, Crimson Day are not as great as the first part of the album, but are still not bad songs at all. So yeah, I think Hail to the King was still a great album, but 3 years later, Avenged Sevenfold released their 7th studio album called The States. And my friends, here we have, in my opinion, the first really bad album from Avenged Sevenfold. They changed a lot their sound. The drum sound is really weird. They tried to make like a progressive metal that it was not progressive itself. It was a kind of a mix with something weird. I really didn't enjoy. I think the lyrics, the sound itself was kind of weird in the sense that they didn't reach any of the styles. They didn't embrace any style 100%. So you have like a incomplete album, in my opinion, where everything is messy, everything is weird, lyrics are confusing, the sound and the thematic, like futurist, space, is not very clear as well. For me, again, this is the first bad album from Avenged Sevenfold. However, you can find at least 2-3 songs that, in my opinion, are okay, like the first single, The Stage, also Fermi Paradox, and the 15-minute songs Exist, which I think is fine. I think it's fine, and you can find some huge points in there. And finally, we move on to their last record, released in 2023, 7 years later, called Life Is But a Dream. This album, to be honest, guys, is one of the most disappointing albums I ever listened. You cannot make your fans waiting 7 years to release this album. It's just not acceptable, in my opinion. I don't think it's even serious. I totally respect when a band try to change their style, make new things, but guys, this album is just a fail. I am not able to rescue any song. The song that I like more is Nobody, and I don't even like too much. The rest of the songs are really, really bad. Just they try to make something new. I don't think if they even understand. They confess that in the process they were under the influence so many times, and yeah, I can feel that. I can feel that they didn't put a huge effort on this. They maybe want us to believe that this is a very complex album, an album that they work a lot, but honestly, I don't even think so. I don't even enjoy this album at all, and I think it's just a really, really bad album after so many years. If I can say something positive about this album, is the production, which is really nice. If you listen this with a really nice headphones, you are gonna enjoy the production, but just that, not the songs. The production is very good, the songs are terrible. So for me, this is 100% the worst album of Avenged Sevenfold, and I don't recommend to any of you. Well, so after commenting on every album, this is my tier list of Avenged Sevenfold discography. We have 5 categories: Olympus, Amazing, Good Effort, You Can Forget This, and Chaos and Pain. And starting from the bottom, in Chaos and Pain, you can find, of course, The Stage and Life Is But a Dream. What can I say? These 2 albums are just that, Chaos and Pain, so I think they are perfectly ranked there. In You Can Forget This, I rank Sounding of Seventh Trumpet, because I think at least they had an excuse. You know, this was their first album, and the production is not great, but you can feel some of the roots of Avenged Sevenfold. So yeah, I think it's an album that you can forget, but at least it's not painful, okay? On the next category, on Good Effort, we have Waking the Fallen, which I think is a pretty fair ranking for this album, where you can find some really nice songs, but still not a really great album since the beginning until the end. So I think this Good Effort category, this middle class category, is a nice place for Waking the Fallen. On Amazing category, we have Hail to the King, which I think you can find really, really nice, solid, different songs from Avenged Sevenfold. Obviously, it's not a very 100% great album, and that's why it's not on Olympus, but I think Hail to the King deserves to be on this Amazing category. And of course, in Olympus, you can find City of Evil, Avenged Sevenfold, Self-Titled, and Nightmare. I think these are 3 amazing metal albums. Even if you don't enjoy a lot Avenged, you should listen these albums on Spotify. If you don't have Spotify and you prefer to listen on vinyl or CD, go to your record store and listen these albums as soon as possible, because I think you are gonna enjoy a lot. Let me know what do you think, and let me know which ones will be your rankings on Avenged Discography. Okay guys, so after making a review of Avenged Sevenfold discography, album by album and everything we already spoke about it, I would like to make a conclusion about how I feel right now regarding the band. The first thing that I would like to say is I feel very lucky because I live that City of Evil, Avenged Sevenfold, Nightmare, and Hail to the King era, where they consolidate a really huge and unique sound. I think at that moment they were the favorite band of many people. Maybe it wasn't my favorite, but obviously, and no doubts, there were probably in my top 5, top 10 maximum. I really enjoyed them. I saw them alive in Madrid in Hail to the King tour. They were pretty solid. Their sound was amazing. So it's just a pity, a real pity for me, since the States album. I think they went down and down, and the States, as we said before, it was a failed album in my opinion, but okay, you can rescue 2-3 songs that are not bad. The States, Exit, okay, not bad, but hey, after so many years waiting, they released their last album, which is one of the most disappointing albums that I ever heard. I'm so sorry to say. So yeah, my final conclusion is that I really hope at some point they will realize and came back to their roots, where we can enjoy again Avenged Sevenfold maximum and better sound. But to be honest, I really doubt it. I hope I'm wrong and they will surprise everyone in a couple of years or 3 years, releasing an album that will be similar to not even City of Evil or Avenged Sevenfold, no. Maybe to Hail to the King. I understand that they are getting older and maybe they don't have the same energy as a decade before. It's totally understandable, but come on, not this weird experiment from last album that I think probably no one liked. So yeah, I just really hope that Avenged will come back. And obviously, if they come around, I will be more than glad to see them again alive. But in the meantime, I really encourage all of you to go back to their old albums because they are still amazing. I listened to them recently and hey, they are still solid, still amazing. So I recommend all of you to go back to that, but definitely not listen the new material because it's just disappointing. So if you don't want to break your memory about them, please avoid that last record because it's just gonna be painful and very forgettable for all of you. So yeah, that's it guys. I really hope you enjoy this review. Let me know if you like, give a thumb up to the YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe if you like the content, and yeah, if you like, let me know and I will be doing more of these videos related to other bands. Also, if you have some recommendations, please don't hesitate in letting me know. And yeah, that's it. I hope you are getting well and see you very soon.